Texas Tech football keeps the momentum on the recruiting trail going as Joey McGuire and crew land a four-star tight end in the class of 2025. Who is it? And now, where does Texas Tech rank in the 2025 team rankings nationally and within the Big 12? We'll discuss that and much more in today's video. Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's RC Maxfield here for the Back to 12 podcast, and I got a favor to ask you. I want you to do one thing and one thing only for me. Like the video if you like what Joey McGuire and crew are doing on the recruiting trail, because listen, we're going to talk about the updated Texas Tech 2025 recruiting class and where it currently ranks. And I get it. It's just April. I understand there's a lot of time to change, but these numbers are pretty spectacular. So if you like what Joey McGuire and crew are doing on the recruiting trail, James Blanchard and countless others, just simply like the video. All right, let's jump into this as this came on Easter Sunday, actually, in terms of this commitment, and his name is Preztynn Harrison, but not the way that you would spell it normally. It's actually Preztynn. That is a baller as hell way to spell your name. Preztynn Harrison. He is 6'4", 220 from Mineral Wells, Texas. He is a four-star tight end in the class of 2025 and is ranked as a top 300 player in the 2025 class, according to 24/7 Composite, actually comes in as the 280th best player. He is a long, athletic athlete who played both inside and outside in terms of the tight end position. I think he's truly listed as a tight end just because of his size, but he can go either way in terms of it would not shock me if he is a wide receiver or they bulk him up and put him at tight end and just make him be an athletic freak at the tight end position for the Red Raiders. He's got the speed to do either. He's got the hands to do either. He's got the athleticism to do either. He is a guy that you can mold. And the thing that really stood out to me is, yes, I get it. He's 6'4", 220. There's no doubt about it. But there's two things that really stood out to me on the tape was they're not 50-50 balls with him. This is like a 90-10 scenario for him. That's how good he is at those jump ball type situations. Also, the speed that he has for his size, it's noticeable. You notice it right away on tape. I mean, it is a thing that just stands out. He is making guys that are fast, like relatively fast in high school football, look like me out there. Really, really slow. He's that kind of guy, okay? And that shouldn't surprise anybody. As we all know, Joey McGuire and crew love speed. That's speed and violence. Those are two of the things that they talk about the most within the program in terms of guys they want to recruit on the football field. Also, an interesting aspect of this, I mentioned again, he's 6'4", 220. They were running him on end arounds and all kind of gadget plays. I mean, it was one thing to see him on the outside and really just mossing guys left and right. But he was used as a tailback and wide receiver sweeps as well, jet sweeps, all that kind of stuff. He was used in that. So you can tell that he has the ability to do really a variety of things on the offensive side of the football. He is a potential chess piece for the likes of a Zach Kittley offense. And speaking of that, when I look at it, you know, in terms of just what he is on tape, and it's been a limited size, there's only so much tape you can get from these guys. He's an uber athlete that you can kind of just mix and match and find mismatches for your team in the sense of, okay, they have a smaller corner on the outside. Let's throw Harrison out there, right? That's the kind of guy he is, and he can be used in a multitude of ways in a Zach Kittley offense. This is a really, really big pickup. Again, four-star tight end according to 24/7 Composite Rankings, and we're going to talk about the team rankings here in just a second for the Red Raiders, but this was a big one, and we'll also mention how many four-star or better players are in this current class for Texas Tech as well later on. But again, like the video if you like what Joey McGuire and crew are doing on the recruiting trail, because it's noticeable, people. I'm telling you right now, some of these numbers, and I'm a guy that likes to stay in the know when it comes to these numbers in terms of the team rankings, regardless of the time of the year, they stand out in terms of not only the Big 12, but nationally. These numbers are going to surprise some people in a lot of ways. So if you're excited about what Joey McGuire and crew are doing on the recruiting trail, just simply like the video. All right, let's get into the updated 2025 Texas Tech football recruiting rankings. I told you these might surprise some people. You can see them at the bottom of your screen right now. 24/7 Sports is the highest on the Red Raiders. They have the Red Raiders 2025 class as the 9th best in the country, first in the Big 12. Rivals comes in at 11th in the country, first in the Big 12. The one that has Texas Tech the lowest is On3. They still have them in the top 20. They have them at 19th, but second in the Big 12 behind UCF, who currently has the 12th best recruiting class, according to On3. Those numbers are kind of insane when you think about it. And I get it. It's early. It's April. Don't shoot the messenger in this regard. There's going to be a lot of things that change. There's no doubt about it. But we're talking about just a total 180 in the first 3 years of Joey McGuire when it comes to Texas Tech recruiting and their legitimacy on the recruiting trail. Like, you actually have to fear Texas Tech now when it comes to landing top prospects. And there's that old saying, you can't recruit to Lubbock, Texas. I've been on record to say that's bullshit. And I will stand by that. And Joey McGuire and crew are proving that every single day, whether that's in the portal or whether that's in the high school ranks. You can recruit out to Lubbock, Texas. If anybody tells you differently, stop listening to them. It's that simple, in my opinion. And there's data and everything to back it up. And listen, these things will change. Will Texas Tech have a top 10 recruiting class in the country? I'd say no. But they're there right now. And I think when you look at the guys that they have in this recruiting class in terms of the 4-star composite guys from 24/7, you got your quarterback, you got a wide receiver, and now you got a tight end. Listen, you're loading up on blue chip type talent here. And again, some people have different levels of blue chip. Some just consider it 5 stars. I consider it 4-star and above. That's my blue chip type talent. You got 3 guys already, and you're not done yet. If you're Joey McGuire and crew, you're going after some big names currently in the 2025 class. But right now, you have your foundation in this class, and not to mention, you have the foundation of the 2023. And oh, by the way, that 2024 class that landed you a buku of guys that will make an impact in the Scarlet and Black. But when you look at everything, right, I'm going to say this. This class has the potential to finish in the top 25 and maybe even in the top 20. We could be talking about arguably the best recruiting class, at least by, these websites where they rank everybody in program history. The foundation that Joey McGuire and crew have at Texas Tech right now cannot be understated. And I get it. There's going to be people in the comments that say, well, they got to win games, RC, too. You're right, but you got to get players in there to do it. That's part of the game. Recruiting's part of the game, and they're doing a great job at this. And now Texas Tech has to translate it to an 8, 9, maybe even double-digit win season. But they're doing everything right, not only on the coaching side, but also on the recruiting side. Now, you just have to get the results on the field. But right now, again, look at some of these numbers, people. 9th in the country, 1st in the Big 12, according to 24/7. Rivals, 11th in the country, 1st in the Big 12. 19th in the country, according to On3. 2nd in the Big 12, only behind UCF, who comes in at 12. This recruiting class has the potential to be one of the best in program history, and Joey McGuire and crew just continuously prove over and over again that Texas Tech is a real threat on the recruiting trail, no matter where they go. It's just the reality of it now, and it's fun to watch because, again, that old saying that you can't recruit to Lubbock, Texas, I've said it time and time again, and Joey McGuire and crew prove it over and over again to be just a false accusation by, I don't know who started that, but it's bullshit in the sense of you can recruit to Lubbock, Texas, and Joey McGuire and crew prove it each and every day. Again, big time commitment from the Red Raiders as they land 2025 4-star tight end Preztynn Harrison from Mineral Wells. He is ranked as a top 300 player according to 24/7 Composite. And if you are excited about what Texas Tech and Joey McGuire and crew are doing on the recruiting trail, one more time, just simply like the video. I'm RC Maxfield reminding you, if you want to stay in the know on everything Texas Tech football all year long, whether it's on the gridiron or on the recruiting trail, and hell, if you want to stay in the know on everything Texas Tech men's basketball, whether it's on the hardwood or in the portal or the recruiting cycle, you know what to do. Hit that like button and smash that subscribe button to stay in the know and join the largest group of Texas Tech fans here on YouTube in the Back to 12 podcast channel.